Make sure you receive clear instructions before you get into the vehicle. Know what vehicle goes where. Your leader supervisor can provide you with a map if one is available. If you don't understand, by all means ask your leader van driver. We strongly encourage you to ask questions. That's the safest way to learn and to avoid mistakes before they occur. Before moving a vehicle, do a quick survey. This includes a walk around the vehicle to check for obvious dents, scratches, flat tires, or any other damage. Do not attempt to drive on a flat or low tires, as the rim can be damaged. Report any damage to your leader supervisor. A quick walk around also gives you a good feel for the dimensions of the vehicle and alerts you of nearby obstacles. This will help you maneuver safely in tight quarters. Make every effort to keep the vehicle in perfect condition. Get into the vehicle carefully, be mindful of the plastic seat protector and floor protector. Also, take care not to scuff or soil the door jamb, dash, or steering wheel. Look for damage to the vehicle interior. If you see any damage, scratches, or stains, tell your leader supervisor. Remember, the newness of the vehicle is what customer satisfaction is all about. At Auto Warehousing Company, we stake our reputation on it. Remove the key from the ashtray, cup holder, or glove box and insert it carefully into the ignition switch. The metal key can easily scratch the soft plastic of the steering column or plastic on the dash, wherever the ignition switch is located, so be careful. If you have any difficulty starting the engine, inform your leader supervisor. There may be a mechanical problem, such as fouled plugs from flooding. Sometimes there may be specific procedures for starting a vehicle, such as some diesel engines. Locate the emergency four-way flasher switch and turn on the flashers. The flashers should be on any time the engine is running, whether there is a driver in the vehicle or not. The flasher indicates to associates in the area that the vehicle is potentially active. The vehicle horn is a simple communication device. Its purpose is to let associates and other drivers know that you are there. Familiarize yourself with the horn before you start moving, so that when you need it, you won't have to direct your attention to the steering wheel. This way you can keep your eyes on where you are going, which is where they belong. As a rule of thumb, use the horn when backing up, at intersections, or when entering and exiting a shop or building. Also, use it any time you need to alert people that you are in a moving vehicle near them. However, try not to overuse it, or your coworkers may become annoyed and tune it out. This could defeat the purpose of the horn altogether, especially in crowded shop areas. Turn on headlights in situations where there is low light or when it's dark. Can anyone guess the leading cause of vehicle accidents at Auto Warehousing Company? It is from not following proper backing up procedures. According to AWC statistics, accidents attributable to improper backing amount to 1/3 of the total. So please pay close attention to this next section. We'll demonstrate how you can do your part to help make backing up less of a problem. The visual check that you do in a walk-around is key to backing up safely. Be aware of your surroundings. Look for obstacles such as fixed objects, co-workers, tools and parts, moving or parked vehicles, or any obstructions of your visibility. Visually judge distances and the space available for you to safely back up. Determine if you require the assistance of a spotter. If you are not confident that you can back up alone without a mishap, by all means ask for assistance from a nearby coworker, a van driver, or lead. After all, we're a team. Be proactive and take the initiative to assist your teammates as well. When backing up, use a spotter when appropriate. When it comes to backing up a vehicle, we strongly encourage you to take your time and do it right. Whether you are going forward or reverse, watch where you are going. It sounds simple and obvious because it is. It's a simple matter of common sense. Keep a sharp lookout for hazards at all times. Anticipate hazards in all directions. Just like the walk around, be aware of your surroundings, except now you're moving. One helpful tip to use when driving the yard is the 7-second rule. This means that every 7 seconds, you look forward, in the rearview mirror, and side to side, a complete 360-degree sweep all the way around. Inside a building like a shop, there is a lot more activity in a smaller space, so you'll need to be more alert than when you're outside in the yard. The driving speed in AWC yards is 15 miles per hour. Maximum speed in shop areas is 5 miles per hour. Remember that when you are in tight quarters, use common sense. Be extremely cautious and slow down. The key is to always give yourself a buffer to react in time to any situation. You will encounter several traffic signs and markings on lot pavements, such as stripes painted to show lanes and bays, or stop signs and bars painted on the pavement at intersections. You will also see signs or signals that are at eye level, such as regular stop signs, speed limit signs, cones, delineators, or access signs that indicate restricted areas. Restricted areas are areas that are only to be occupied or accessed by authorized personnel. These areas are usually marked with the appropriate signs and include areas such as rail loading ramps and off-ship loading areas. Personnel working in these areas have received special training to do their jobs. If you are uncertain if an area is restricted, please ask your lead or supervisor. Stop at intersections, honk the horn, and look both ways before proceeding. Always yield to vendors, supply trucks, and emergency or utility vehicles at intersections. They are probably not familiar with the territory as you are. Yield to forklifts as well. Follow the set routes or traffic patterns where they are established. Established traffic routes are there for a very good reason, to make the operation run safely and smoothly. If you are unsure of the correct routes, take the initiative and ask. A major part of a lead or supervisor's job is to keep you informed and give you proper instructions. If there are lanes painted on the ground, drive in those lanes just as you would on a public roadway. Avoid cutting through bays or taking hazardous shortcuts. This decreases the chance of an unexpected collision with another vehicle. When entering and exiting vans, use 3 points of contact. Some vans have handrails to assist you entering and exiting the rear of the van. When entering and exiting the side door of a van, use the vehicle frame to maintain 3 points of contact. Generally, there are 2 types of bay parking configurations, 4-block and herringbone. The first type of bay, the 4-block, is a series of rows, usually 4 deep, aligned side by side. If the bay has lines painted in it, park the vehicle straight with the driver's side tires on the line. If there are no lines, be sure to allow yourself adequate distance between your vehicle and the vehicle to your left so you may open the door safely. In either case, to help you park the vehicle straight in the row, start as far back as you can to allow you to have a straight approach once you see a parking spot. In the herringbone configuration, the lanes between the rows are one way. This means that you will always approach your parking spot from the same direction. As with a 4-block bay, you park with the driver's side tires on the line. The lateral stripe shows where to position the front of your vehicle. Place manual transmissions in first gear, automatics in park. Turn off the engine. Place the keys carefully into the cup holder, ashtray, or glove box. Always follow the manufacturer's established key placement guidelines. Set the parking brake. Turn off all electrical accessories that may be on. Make sure all windows are closed. Look behind you to ensure that no other vehicle is approaching on your left side before you open the door. Always be careful when opening a door in windy conditions, as the wind may catch the door and pull it from your grasp. Always watch the edge of your door as you open it to ensure it does not make contact with another vehicle or object. Now, just like when you got into the vehicle, get out without scuffing the door jamb. Before you close the door, make sure the seat and floor protection is in its proper place. Close the door without pressing on a flexible sheet metal surface. No dents, please. Instead, gently press on either the door handle, door frame, or window. And remember, to avoid distractions, do not use cell phones or any other distractive device while driving. Safe driving requires your complete attention. When entering and exiting shop areas, first pause and come to a complete stop at the threshold of the shop entrance or exit. Honk immediately before you enter and look both ways as you go slowly through the doorway. If there is a convex mirror mounted nearby, use it to enhance your view around the corner. Remember, shop facilities are busy places, so watch out and exercise caution. Some of our installations require driving onto ramps. There are generally 2 types of ramps. One type is when the front wheels of the vehicle are raised off of the ground to elevate the front of the vehicle, while the other type of ramp has the entire vehicle raised off of the shop surface. To go onto the ramp, get a straight approach if possible. Just before you go onto the ramp, ensure that the ramps are lined up with your front tires. And if you are going onto a ramp where the entire vehicle is raised, ensure that your rear tires are lined up to the ramp as well. This is critical when you have to back up off the ramp when the accessorization is complete. Be sure that the tire tread is in the center of both ramp surfaces and that the ramps are parallel. With your head out the window, watch to maintain an even distance between the edge of the tire and the outside edge of the ramp as you go up. Stop at the top of the ramp or at a predetermined spot. Shut off the engine, engage the parking brake, and place the transmission in park or first gear. Get out of the vehicle and chock the tire. Have a spotter assist you when backing off of a ramp. If you are not comfortable with this task, don't attempt it on your own. Your leader supervisor will assign a more experienced associate to back up off of the ramp. When you are driving on an AWC lot or on a lot belonging to a customer, you are on private property and are subject to AWC traffic rules or our customers' rules established for that site. However, the moment you leave the property in order to move a vehicle to or from an off-site location, you are then on public roadways. You must obey all applicable local, state or provincial, and federal traffic laws. This means turning off your four-way flashers, obeying stoplights, speed limits, and observing all requirements that you must follow when driving responsibly on public roadways. If you get stopped by the police, it's the same as if you were in your own personal vehicle driving on a public roadway. It's between you and the law, not AWC and the law. So be careful. Make sure you know which roads and intersections where this may apply. If you are unsure, ask your leader supervisor. We don't want you to make a mistake. When starting or driving a vehicle and you encounter a mechanical problem such as a strange noise, rattle, or vibration, stop the vehicle, turn off the ignition, and report it to your supervisor or lead at once. In some cases, you may be preventing considerable damage. If while driving the vehicle the steering or brakes don't feel right, or if something doesn't work such as the lights, flashes, horn, etc., report it to your supervisor. They will determine what action to take. When driving vehicles at AWC, situations occasionally arise that call for heightened safety awareness and greater diligence. The two most important situations are bad weather and darkness. Bad weather includes heavy rain, wind, snowfall, or icing. In these situations, adjust your driving to the conditions. In other words, slow down. Taking a few extra seconds to clean off or move a vehicle may prevent damage or personal injury. In addition, remember to be aware of slippery conditions in bad weather, which could cause you to lose control of the vehicle or cause you to fall and injure yourself getting in and out of the vehicle as well. Be alert. Avoiding colliding with objects, vehicles, and pedestrians becomes a lot more challenging in the darkness, so get to know your lot or bay. Stay in the main traffic lanes whenever possible. Know where fixed objects are located, such as power or light standards, hydrants, fences, and barriers. If reflective markers or better lighting is required in some areas during darkness, alert your lead or supervisor. To avoid striking pedestrians, know where they are. Most of the time you will know where they are in the area by the location of the shagging van, which drops off and picks up drivers. Most times you can spot pedestrians in the dark by their reflective vests that are worn at most AWC locations where associates must work in darkness. Remember, when driving in darkness, slow down, especially in areas of low light or at blind intersections between parking rows.
Complacency. Don't get complacent. You need to be thinking about safety all the time. People, their mind wanders off because they do the same thing all day, every day, but don't get complacent. You need to focus on the task at hand.
Communication is utmost important. It's one of the most important things that you can do. An informed employee is a positive and safe employee. Any changes that take place during the day that we do not discuss during a safety briefing in the mornings, we will immediately contact our associates and inform them of that change. Associate input is key. It's the most important because they are performing the task on a daily basis. Supervisors and TMs may be drawn into the office aspect in their daily tasks, so they may not be able to see everything that takes place. Your best information will come from an associate. They have some of the best suggestions and or ideas on how to change things or revise things that may increase your productivity, your overall safety, or flow.
Now that you have seen this video, you likely have some questions. The person presenting this video may be a supervisor, lead, terminal manager, human resources manager, temporary agency representative, or a corporate staff member. Any of these individuals should be able to answer your questions or be able to seek assistance in getting your questions answered. Afterwards, you will be taking a quiz to ensure that you have understood this video. A passing grade of 80% is required. We are confident that you'll do well. After that, welcome to Auto Warehousing Company. We believe that you'll enjoy working with our team, and we wish you the best.